The salvage ship Morning Star drifted through the empty darkness of the void sector. Captain Marcus Webb stood on the bridge, staring at the scanner readings with disbelief in his eyes. "That can't be right," he muttered beside him. Commander Tala Voss checked the instruments again. Her fingers moved quickly across the control panel. "Readings are confirmed, Captain. The object is 20 kilometers long. It's definitely artificial." Marcus rubbed his tired eyes. His crew had been searching this sector for 3 weeks, looking for scrap metal and abandoned cargo pods. They had found nothing but empty space and broken asteroids. Until now, 20 kilometers? Dr. James Cole walked onto the bridge, holding his data tablet. "Nothing that big should be out here. This sector has been empty for centuries." "It's not empty anymore," Tala said quietly. On the main view screen, the object came into focus. It was a ship, or what remained of one. The hull was dark gray, almost black, covered in thick armor plating that showed no signs of damage. Strange symbols ran along its surface, glowing faintly with a pale blue light. The design was angular and brutal, built for war, not exploration. Marcus felt a cold chill run down his spine. Something about this ship felt wrong. Dangerous. "Run a database search," he ordered. "Find out what we're looking at." The ship's computer began processing the information. Minutes passed in silence. The crew waited, watching the massive derelict floating in the void like a sleeping giant. Finally, the computer beeped. Text appeared on the screen. Tala read it aloud, her voice growing softer with each word. "Unknown design. Architecture matches old Earth military patterns. Estimated age, 500 years. Possible identification, Project Titan-class warship." The bridge went completely silent. "That's impossible," James whispered. "The Titan ships are myths. Stories from the war." "They're not myths," Marcus said slowly. He had heard the stories growing up. Every human child knew them. 500 years ago, humanity had fought the first contact war against the Galactic Council. Earth lost. The peace treaty forced humans to destroy all military warships and accept limited technology. Humanity became a minor species, scattered across a few colony worlds, forgotten by the galaxy. But before the surrender, Earth had built 12 superweapons. 12 ships designed to fight entire fleets alone. The Titan-class dreadnoughts. The galaxy had demanded their destruction. Earth claimed all 12 were destroyed. Apparently, Earth had lied. "We need to report this," Tala said. "Right now. This discovery will change everything." Marcus nodded, but before he could give the order, alarms blared across the bridge. "Energy spike," James shouted, staring at his instruments. "The derelict is powering up." "That's impossible." "We didn't do anything." The blue symbols along the hull began glowing brighter. Light spread across the massive ship like fire catching dry wood. Deep inside the derelict, systems that had slept for 5 centuries began to wake. "It's scanning us," Tala reported, her voice tight with fear. "Active sensors. Weapon systems are." "Oh, God. Captain, its weapons are coming online." Marcus gripped his command chair. "Back us away. Slow and steady. Don't make any aggressive moves." The Morning Star began to retreat, but it was too late. A transmission burst from the derelict, flooding every frequency with a signal so powerful it drowned out everything else. Marcus's communication panel activated on its own. A voice spoke mechanical, cold, and ancient. "Identity confirmed. Human vessel detected. Titan protocol initiated. This unit is Dreadnought TITAN-07. Awaiting command authorization." James stared at the screen in shock. "It thinks we're military. It's waiting for orders." "We're not military," Tala said. "We're just a salvage crew." The ancient warship didn't care. Its weapons continued powering up. Energy readings climbed higher. Across the galaxy, automated monitoring stations detected the signature. Within minutes, emergency alerts reached the Galactic Council headquarters. The message was simple and terrifying. A Titan-class dreadnought had awakened across 1,000 worlds. Alien species that had forgotten about humanity's old weapons suddenly remembered why they had been so afraid. Fleet commanders checked their records. Historians pulled up ancient files. Politicians began emergency meetings. High. Marshal Draven of the Kryn Empire read the report twice, unwilling to believe it. Then he gave a simple order to his fleet. Find that ship. Destroy it. Before humanity remembers what they once were. The war had begun again. Marcus stood frozen as the ancient warship waited for his response. Around him, the bridge crew stared at their instruments in shocked silence. "Captain," Tala whispered urgently, "we have incoming signals. Multiple ships dropping out of hyperspace. They're surrounding us. How many?" 15. No, 20 contacts. Different species. Kryn, Verlax, Centauri. It's like half the galaxy just showed up. Marcus understood immediately. Every major power and monitoring stations watching for Titan signatures. They all knew what this ship represented. They all wanted it destroyed. "Incoming transmission," James announced. "It's from the Kryn flagship." A holographic image appeared above the command console. High Marshal Draven's scaled face filled the display. His yellow eyes burned with cold fury. "Human vessel, you will evacuate that derelict immediately," Draven commanded. "By order of the Galactic Council, that warship must be destroyed. You have 10 minutes to comply." Marcus felt anger rise in his chest. "That ship belongs to humanity. You have no right. Your species gave up those rights 500 years ago," Draven interrupted. "When you surrendered. When you signed the treaty promising to destroy all weapons of war. This ship should not exist. Maybe humanity had good reasons to hide it," Marcus shot back. Draven's expression darkened. 10 minutes, human. Then we open fire. Whether you're aboard or not." The transmission ended. Tala turned to Marcus. "What do we do?" Marcus looked at the massive warship on the screen. 20 enemy vessels surrounded them. His salvage ship had no weapons, no shields worth mentioning. If he abandoned the Titan, the aliens would destroy it. Humanity's last great weapon would be lost forever. But if he stayed, "Take us in," he said quietly. "Dock with the Titan." "Captain, that's suicide," James protested. "Maybe, but I'm not letting them destroy our history without a fight." Marcus activated the ship-wide intercom. "All crew, prepare for docking procedures. We're going aboard." The Morning Star approached the massive derelict carefully. The Titan's docking bay doors opened automatically, recognizing the human ship. As they landed inside, Marcus felt the weight of history pressing down on him. The docking bay was enormous, designed to hold dozens of fighter craft. Everything was dark, except for the faint blue emergency lights. The air was stale but breathable. "Life support is active," Tala reported, checking her handheld scanner. "Gravity is Earth normal. This ship is coming back online fast." The crew moved through empty corridors. Their footsteps echoed in the darkness. Every surface showed signs of advanced military technology weapon ports. Armor plating, blast doors thick enough to survive nuclear explosions. They reached the bridge after 10 minutes of walking. The room was massive, designed for a crew of hundreds. Command stations stood empty, covered in dust. But the main control console glowed with active displays. Marcus approached it carefully. "Hello? Atlas? Are you there?" Affirmative. The mechanical voice echoed through the bridge. "I am Atlas, Autonomous Tactical Logic and Strategic System. Primary AI of Dreadnought Titan 07. Why did you activate? Marcus asked. We didn't touch anything. Incorrect. Your vessel's identification codes triggered automatic awakening protocols. All Titan-class ships were programmed to activate if humanity ever faced extinction-level threat. Tala stepped forward. What threat? What are you talking about? The main screen activated, showing historical records. Images appeared Earth during the First Contact War. Cities burning. Human colonies destroyed. Millions dead. The Galactic Council initiated first contact with aggressive intent, Atlas explained. 17 human colonies were destroyed before Earth could respond. The Council claimed IT was defensive. They lied. Humanity was targeted for elimination. Marcus felt sick. That's not what the history books say. Human history was rewritten as part of surrender terms. Truth was buried. Earth built the Titan fleet as last resort. 12 ships, each capable of destroying entire invasion. Fleets, but Earth surrendered, James said. The war ended. Earth surrendered to save lives, but Earth's leaders knew the Council could not be trusted. They hid the Titan fleet, waiting, hoping they would never be needed. Alarms suddenly blared across the bridge. Multiple hostile vessels approaching. Weapon. Locks detected. Threat assessment. Critical. Through the viewport. Marcus saw the alien fleet moving into attack formation. Energy weapons began charging. They were out of time. Requesting command authorization, Atlas stated. Defensive protocols require human approval. Authorize weapons activation? Marcus looked at his small crew. They were salvage operators, not soldiers. But outside, 20 warships prepared to destroy humanity's last secret. To erase the truth forever. He thought about the lies. The hidden history. The millions who died. Authorization granted, Marcus said firmly. Defend this ship. Acknowledged. Initiating combat protocols. The Titan came fully alive, got every system activated at once. The hull blazed with light. Weapon ports opened across the massive ship. Energy readings spiked to levels that made the alien sensors scream warnings. High Marshal Draven watched his tactical display in growing horror. What is that power signature? He demanded. His science officer's voice trembled. Sir, that's more firepower than our entire fleet combined. Draven realized his mistake too late. All ships, retreat. Retreat now. The Titan opened fire. The first volley from the Titan shook the fabric of space itself. Blue energy beams lanced out from dozens of weapon ports, each one carrying enough power to vaporize a cruiser. The alien fleet scattered in panic, but they were too close. 3 Kryn destroyers vanished in brilliant explosions. A Vorlax carrier broke in half, its shields collapsing like paper. On the Titan's bridge, Marcus gripped his console as the deck vibrated with power. 11 hostile vessels destroyed, Atlas reported calmly. Remaining ships attempting retreat. Hold fire. Marcus shouted. Don't pursue them. Negative. Tactical analysis suggests complete elimination of threat. I said hold fire. That's an order. The Titan's weapons went silent. The surviving alien ships fled into hyperspace, leaving debris and escape pods floating in the darkness. Tala stared at the destruction on the view screen. We just started a war. No, Marcus said quietly. We just ended one that never really stopped. Within hours, emergency transmissions flooded every communication channel in the galaxy. The Galactic Council convened an emergency session. Representatives from 50 species gathered in the Great Chamber on the neutral world of Axis Prime. Ambassador Krell, a tall insectoid diplomat, stood before the assembly. His translator device converted his clicking speech into standard galactic language. "This council faces a crisis," Krell announced. "Humanity has revealed a weapon that violates every treaty signed after the First Contact War. We must respond with overwhelming force." Murmurs of agreement rippled through the chamber. "Respectfully." "I disagree," a new voice said. Everyone turned. Captain Marcus Webb stood in the visitors' gallery, flanked by Tala and James. No one had expected the humans to come here. "You have no authority to speak in this chamber," Krell said coldly. "Maybe not, but you're going to listen anyway." Marcus walked forward, his footsteps echoing in the silent hall. "Atlas showed me the real records from the First Contact War, the ones your council buried. We know the truth now. You know nothing," Krell hissed. "I know you fired first," Marcus said loudly. "I know 17 human colonies were destroyed before Earth even knew you existed. I know you targeted civilian populations. And I know the Council rewrote history to make humanity look like the aggressors." Shocked whispers filled the chamber. "These are lies," Krell protested. "Atlas has 500 years of data, unedited, uncorrupted, every communication, every battle record, every war crime your species committed." Marcus pulled out a data crystal. "It's all here. Should I release it to every news network in the galaxy?" The chamber erupted in chaos. Representatives shouted at each other. Security guards moved forward, but stopped, uncertain what to do. High Marshal Draven stood from his seat. The Kryn leader looked older now, tired. "The human speaks truth," he said quietly. Everyone fell silent. "I was a young officer during that war," Draven continued. "I followed orders. We all did. The Council decided humanity was too dangerous to exist, too aggressive, too unpredictable. So we struck first and called it defense." Krell's mandibles clicked in anger. "You admit to war crimes?" "I admit to being wrong." Draven looked at Marcus. "Your species terrified us. You had reached space travel in less than 2 centuries. You built weapons we had never imagined. You refused to submit to Council authority. So we tried to destroy you before you became too powerful. And now?" Marcus asked. "Now you have 1 functional Titan. We have 3,000 warships." Draven's eyes were hard, but honest. "But if we fight, millions will die. Both sides will suffer. I am tired of war, human. Are you?" Marcus thought about the power he held. 1 command to Atlas and the Titan could destroy fleets, could burn worlds, could make the galaxy remember why they once feared humanity. But that wasn't the future he wanted. "I'm tired of being treated like children," Marcus said. "Humanity wants a real seat at the Council table. Equal votes. Equal rights. No more restrictions on our technology or colonies." "Impossible," Krell protested. "Is it?" Marcus held up the data crystal again. "Because if this information becomes public, your Council loses all authority. Every species will question your leadership. Your organization will collapse." Silence stretched across the chamber. Finally, Draven nodded slowly. "The Kryn Empire supports humanity's petition for full Council membership." One by one, other representatives agreed. Some reluctant, some relieved. The vote wasn't unanimous, but it passed. Ambassador Krell watched with cold fury, but said nothing. Marcus returned to the Titan that evening. The massive warship floated in orbit above Axis Prime, a reminder of what humanity could do if pushed too far. "What happens now?" Tala asked. Marcus looked at the stars beyond the viewport. Somewhere out there, 11 more Titan ships waited in hidden locations. Humanity's insurance policy. Their guarantee that they would never be victims again. "Now we rebuild," Marcus said. "On our terms." The galaxy had learned an important lesson. Humanity could be peaceful, but humanity would never be helpless again. The end. Asterisk.